Okay, so I listened to two podcasts actually. Um, One from the Spill OT is 29 minutes long, and it didn't have episode number, so the title was Inpatient Rehab versus Acute Care. And then the second podcast I listened to was from Rethink OT, and it was 6 minutes long, and the title for that one was How Do You Actually Advocate for Occupational Therapy? The reason I did two is because I actually think I gained more from the 6 minute one than I did the 29-minute one. But I wanted to make sure I listened to enough podcasts to get enough to talk about. I'll start with the 29-minute one, Inpatient Rehab versus Acute Care, and it's basically exactly as it seems. Um, they just talk about the differences between inpatient rehab and acute care. But the main thing that I got from that is that the occupational therapist was talking a lot about how she gained a lot of knowledge while actually working when she started working. And she shared the typical, like, oh, I didn't know that I would like acute care until I actually got into acute care. So I think that's super interesting. And it got me thinking about like our field work because I feel like I gained a lot of knowledge on field work as well. Um, and that's really where I got to really apply my knowledge. And I think that maybe it got me thinking like that we should have more fieldwork opportunities. That if so many OTs they go to school and they think they want to do a specific thing and then they get into the field and then they end up switching and going to something different, that maybe we should have more fieldwork opportunities to experience different fields. Because we have the level 1 field work, which is only a week long, and then we have the short one that we haven't started yet for fieldwork level 2, and then we have 6 months of field work. It got me thinking of if there was a different plan. I don't know how it would be implemented, but maybe we could take a month from that 6 months and break it up into 4 different 4-week field works so that we could have more opportunity to learn and to apply the knowledge that we have. We could do right after peds quarter, for example, we could do a week of pediatric um, field work, and then right after neuro quarter we could do a week of neuro field work. And even if we had to be like paired up into different situations, I think even that would work if you couldn't find enough field works, like two students per field work coordinator or CI, so that we could have that information. And then real quick, the 6 minutes one talked about advocating for OT, and I thought it was super super interesting because it talked about that there's a big issue that nobody knows what OT is, and the people that do know what OT is, they think that we just play with kids or we don't do anything and we just work on ADLs, which isn't true. That there's so much to OT that we should be sharing with other people. And they talked about how the one of the main problems is we talk about this issue to each other, like basically what I'm doing right now is we just talk about how there's an issue and we're not talking to other people about occupational therapy. And one of the things the occupational therapist said in this podcast, which I thought was super funny because we did this as students in class, is that please don't do your typical elevator speech and please don't say that we help people find meaning in their life. Because when you say that to just a normal person, they think, oh, okay, this guy's just, what does this person do? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And okay, you help people find meaning. I don't like, that's great. Um, but they talked about how we're not doing a good job advocating for occupational therapy in the scientific community, and then also in just talking to other people. That we really should emphasize the scientific aspect of our job. That we do occupational science and we help people in that way. And it got me thinking, I mean, we've taken classes about how to explain occupational therapy, or we've done activities about how it helps you find meaning. But I feel like we don't necessarily have a good grasp on the research behind occupational therapy and occupational sciences. That maybe it would be a benefit to have a couple class periods or maybe a whole class dedicated to how to advocate for the profession to bring more awareness in a scientific way. Because people want to hear they want to hear what we do in a scientific manner. They don't just want to hear, oh, we help people find meaning. That when we talk to them, when we study all this information, all these conditions, we need to share that with people as well, so they understand that we are a science and that we are a medical professional. But yeah, those are the podcasts I listen to.